Hi everyone, welcome back to Black Equity. My name is Abby and today I will be sharing with you how I saved over $60,000 on my home renovation. Now before we get into it, if you haven't watched any of my previous videos, you should know that in 2020, my husband and I bought a property and renovated it ourselves. When we started the renovations, we first brought in a couple of contractors who gave us quotes on how much it would cost if we hired them to do the renovations. And when we got the quotes, we were floored because they told us that it would cost between $80,000 to $100,000 to renovate our entire home. We didn't have that money, so it was important for us to find ways that we would save money and not spend that much. So today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 ways that we saved money and the things that you can also do to save money on your next home renovation. The first thing that we did was we skipped the big box and retail stores. When you're looking for material, the very first place that you typically go to is Home Depot or Lowe's or any of those big box stores. Now they are set up in such a way that they want to make the most profit. Every dollar that you spend at Home Depot in profit is a dollar that you're losing and a dollar that you can be saving on your home renovation. So what I did before I bought any type of material, I actually searched 3 places first. The first place is Facebook Marketplace. The second is Kijiji, which is the equivalent of Craigslist in the US. And the third place that I searched was Reddit. And when I searched these places, I discovered that there are a lot of people who did home renovations and bought excess material or tools that they didn't really need, and they were looking to sell them off at a big discount. So for example, when I was doing the bathroom and I was planning what kind of tile I wanted to use, I ended up searching on Facebook Marketplace and found the exact tile that I needed. If I went to Home Depot, I would have paid over $20 per square foot, and I needed about 25 square feet for my bathroom. So that would have been almost $600 for the bathroom tile alone. But when I went on Facebook, I only spent $50 for what I needed. So that is over a $500 savings just because I didn't go to the big box stores first, but I went to Facebook and other off-market places before then. The second thing that I did was I subcontracted trades or hired out trades myself versus hiring a general contractor. Now, a general contractor is someone who takes over the project and manages it and hires out trades or has people that work for him that do specific trades like electrical or plumbing or carpentry. But rather than hire a general contractor, I hired my own trades for the specific projects that I needed work on. I'll give you an example of how it saves money. When I brought in some general contractors to our home, they told me that to do the electrical of our house, which was rewiring the home and upgrading our panel box, would cost $17,000. They also told me that to move some plumbing in the kitchen would cost $6,000. I ended up hiring those trades myself, and the electrical for the same work cost me $6,000 and the plumbing cost me $300. So that is a huge savings just because I did the work to find those contractors myself and hire them out. If you're interested in knowing how I found contractors, how I hired them and vetted them before bringing them into the project, I'll do a separate video, but just let me know in the comments if you're interested because that's what helps me know what kind of content to put out. So the third thing that I did was to get my hands dirty and do it myself. If you've ever done any kind of home renovation or seen home renovation shows, you'll know that the biggest thing that you're paying for is not the material, but it's the labor. When I started getting quotes on different jobs, I discovered that the material was only a fraction of the cost compared to the labor. So when my husband and I bought the property, we decided and we knew that we were going to have to get our hands dirty, and though we didn't have any experience, we figured we could learn because we just had that willpower. On many nights we would sit down and watch YouTube videos on how to do different things that we needed to do, We also bought some books, and we read a lot of articles and talked to some people that we knew that were doing similar things. One of the things that we did ourselves was demolition, and that was a major thing because when we got quotes from contractors on how much it would cost to demo the entire house, they gave us a ballpark of about $5,000. But by doing it ourselves, we ended up saving that money and instead getting a good workout out of it. The fourth thing that we did was we rented or borrowed tools instead of buying them. During a home renovation, you're going to need a lot of tools, and it might be tempting to go and buy them, but that could easily run you over thousands of dollars if you aren't careful. Instead of doing that, we assessed the tools that we would need frequently versus those that we wouldn't really need as frequently. And we bought those that we needed frequently, like a hammer or a reciprocating saw. And the ones that we didn't really need frequently, we just figured that we would either rent them from the big box stores or tool rental places for a fraction of the cost, or we borrowed them from people who we knew. The last thing that we did to save us money was we asked a lot of questions. If you're a first-time DIYer like we are, it's unlikely that you'll know where to get things for a good price. It's also unlikely that you'll know what kind of renovation processes to do or to skip out on that will also save you a lot of money. By asking questions, we discovered that rather than going to the big box stores to buy things like lumber, that we could get better quality lumber for a fraction of the cost at certain lumber yards. We also discovered that there were sections of stores where they gave out material for free, and in places like IKEA, they have an as-is section where you can get their products for a deep discount because those are products that people have returned or that were previously used on display, and they are still great. They are most of them are not damaged, and if you go there, you can furnish your home mostly from IKEA's as-is section. And we have a lot of products that we got from there, and we ended up saving thousands of dollars just because of that information. So I will say that asking questions saved us a lot of money. And when you're doing a home renovation, that is the one thing that you shouldn't be afraid to do. Ask questions from the store owners or people that work in the store. Ask questions on people's blogs as well and people's YouTube channels as well. And speaking of questions, if you have any questions for me, please let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as well as learned a few things from this video. If you did, don't be afraid to subscribe, hit the like button, share it with your family and friends. Someone out there might need this information. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.